What's up? It's your boy, Just 33 King Production. And finally, let's just jump right up into this story. Lies, sex, murder, betrayal, all the above. This is what we're going to be talking about. We're going to jump into the little sum of everything. Of course, there's going to be a repeat of information that we have to go over in order to get me to my point of what I'm trying to tell you or what I'm trying to deliver to you guys. First, I want to say rest in peace to Kenneka Jenkins. Rest your soul, young lady. We are never giving up. We're never giving up. I'm never giving up. Just 33 King Production is never giving up. And yes, it's J for K forever. Kenneka Jenkins. What a story. What a story. What a story. What a life. You know what I'm saying? A beautiful life, a beautiful girl, a beautiful young teenager. You know, I say she's a beautiful life. Taken too early. So, and it's sad that we have to sit here and call the Kenneka Jenkins story a story. But is it more than just a story? Yes, it is. It's a person's life, as we all know already. We already know that. And Teresa, if you ever hear this, I'm J for K for life, just like you, J for K for life. Though I never met the young lady, though I never even set my eyes in real life in front of me, it's never been Kenneka. It's almost as if she's my daughter. It's almost as if she's my sister. It's almost as if she's my cousin. It's almost as if she's like my family member. We got to understand that the power that this young girl had, obviously, it took many people, multiple people, just to take this one soul out. How powerful was this girl going to be, or was? You know, it's sort of like the Tupac. You know what I'm saying? That man was a powerful, and please forgive me if I'm bringing Tupac into this, but he was a powerful man. So powerful that the government and his own record label and his own right-hand man, Suge Knight, helped to take this man out. Even some of his enemies all played the part on taking Tupac out. Because he was an educated, powerful man. He spoke truth. He spoke directly. He spoke indirectly. He spoke in innuendos. He spoke in every way, shape, and form. Now, how can I tie this in with Kenneka? Obviously, her mother was a powerful individual. She had the influence of the neighborhood. She had the influence of Chicago. Mind you, this lady, Teresa, still to this day, as you seen on Facebook, she still have the power to influence young folks. Now think about this real quick. If you have the power to influence young folks to not to commit crime, but your government and your local police is standing by while they watch our young folks kill each other, what do you think they're going to do to the opponent or the person that speaks or do opposite of? They're going to try to take that person out or send a warning to that person by taking a loved one out. Hence Tupac. Now, let's dig into a little bit of Teresa, because we're talking about love, we're talking about sex, we're talking about murder, we're talking about everything that plays a part in the death of Kenneka Jenkins. And let's not forget drugs. Now, when we say love, I'm talking about the love from her mother, the love from her family, the love from her real friends. And when I'm talking about sex, I'm talking about the foulness of rape. I'm talking about the foulness of disgrace and that girl's been taken advantage of. That's what I'm talking about. And we're going to dig into a little bit of all of it. And when we're talking about murder, and you know what I'm talking about, we're talking about the death of Kenneka Jenkins, the murder of Kenneka Jenkins. It was not an accident. No one can tell me that this was an accident. First, let me just say, if you're new to my page, make sure you hit that notification. If you're new to my page, make sure you subscribe. And if you are already a subscriber, become a part of the notification squad. Squad up and get instant access to Just 33 King production. Okay, let's dub into Teresa. Teresa was a powerful woman in the hood. Chicago, first, let me say, Chicago is under siege, and they are allowing a lot of drugs and a lot of murder to take place in Chicago. Let's do the census. Last week, I think the census was, last weekend, I think 15 people, 10 to 15 people was murdered in Chicago. This is like almost every week, every weekend, or every week, there is absolutely a death in Chicago. That calls for the United States or the government or let's start from the police station. That calls for the police station to step up and do some kind of extra investigation on why is it so many murders happening in Chicago. Now, if the police can't police their neighborhoods righteously without committing murder themselves, without allowing murders themselves, then the next thing to do, you gotta get internal affairs. And I'm not gonna be too long on this. Where is internal affairs? If I'm saying it right, please forgive me. Correct me if I'm saying this wrong. Internal affairs, you know, the police that police the police. Where are they at? Where are they? Like, are they doing their job? Hey, y'all got to get on y'all job, police station, Chicago police, Illinois police, Rosemont police, whatever it is, y'all got to get on y'all job, police, by stopping these senseless murders. Because if they can go to another country, and let me pause for a second before I go to that next country. Now, since the internal affairs can't handle it, we need to go to the next step, the higher up, which is the FBI. But the FBI is too busy to handle Chicago. Chicago is a very known city. Illinois is a very known state. That's one of the staples that we have in the United States. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the FBI is like slacking. Now let's move up to the government. The government controls all. The government should be there, and it's all ties into, it's like a pyramid. You know what I'm saying? It all ties into going all the way, and I hate to say down or up to Kenneka. Now, if the government can create an army or a military or a navy or what is it called? The first one, not the army, not the navy, but the Marines are the first one to go when we're in war. So if now here's the government, and this is what I wanted to say about the government. If the government can create these branches and go to a whole nother country and police them and get these kids. And when I say kids, I'm talking about in Africa. I'm talking about in not Iran, but in different countries. There's actually like 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds with AK-47s walking the streets and shooting and killing and having war with each other. And the United States can go to that country and police that country and actually get them in order. Why in the fuck can they do it in their own land? Why can't they just do something in Chicago, in their own land? Guess what that says? Well, pause for a second. Let's pause for a second. I'm hoping y'all can hear this, because this is some good shit. Y'all got to hear this. I hope y'all hear this really well. You know what? I'm going to take this earpiece out and I'm going to wrap this right here. And I hope y'all can hear this really well, because I don't have to hear myself. You know what I'm saying? Let me put this in this ear. And I'm going to bring y'all closer. Hopefully y'all can hear me very well on this one. And if the United States can police a whole different country, and understand what I'm saying, why can't they handle their domestic problems, their own home, inside their own, behind their own gates? We are the United States of America. Chicago is the United States of America. Why is it that the United States can send certain groups of police? Because the Army is another form of police, the Navy is another form of police, and so forth is the name of another form of the police. They all have similar training, boot camp, etc. So if they can go to another country and literally, when I say literally, get that country in order and to where they can actually walk the streets and have a democracy or have a republic or whatever. If I'm saying it right, I'm not a republic. I mean, I'm not a, I don't speak, how can I say, politics very well. But I know that the United States have had to go to other countries and police, and actually, like Iraq. Do you remember when Bush had that war with Iraq, both Bushes? Do you not know that when you have a war with another country and you bomb their country and you destroy, guess what your tax money do? It spends money to send police officers, meaning Navy, Army, the military, to go over there and police. We trained the Iraqis how to be police officers in their own country. And guess what? That country is better off now than when it was when Saddam Hussein had control over his own country. So you mean to tell me that the United States can police over there in Iraq and get that place put together and rebuild? Our taxpayers dollars is rebuilding houses, buildings. We are building. We're putting McDonald's, Burger Kings, all types of stuff in Iraq. Now let's talk about Chirac. Let's talk about Chicago, Chirac. It's the reason why they call it Chirac, because it's similar to what's going on in Iraq. That's why they call it Chirac. That's why they call Chicago Chirac. Think about it. Iraq, Chirac. So you mean to tell me that the government can help to solve the problems of these young teenagers getting these guns? And pause, let me understand. Wait a minute. That's just like the 70s. That's just like the 70s. You can ask yourself this important question. When the fuck are these guns coming from? Where in the hell? And we ain't getting no old. We're not getting no old. Excuse me. We're not getting no old. We're not getting no old guns. Remember those old AK-47s? I remember growing up, when I seen an AK-47, it was always with the brown handle. No, they don't have those no more. They have AR something. They have Tech 9s. They got Uzis. They got silencers. With silencers, they go boop, 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 and you just ride off and you don't know who shot what and where that shot come from. Boop, boop. That's it. That's how loud it is. And our young teenagers are getting these guns. Ask yourself these questions, like in the 70s and 80s when they brought on that crack. Where's the crack coming from? First, they wasn't even asking the question. It was a party drug. It was just something that people used to do. People used to have, not say have fun, but it was so much of it. Nobody questioned nothing. And when it became an epidemic, people in the inner city start saying, well, wait a minute. We don't travel to Colombia, or we don't travel to this different country, and we have yet brought any dope over. How is this dope getting over here? Guess what? We have found out and understood that the CIA was bringing these drugs over. So if the CIA, our government, is capable of doing something like that, and it's real information to bring coke, crack, or whatever in abundance and dump it in your neighborhood, in your inner city, I gotta be careful what I say because I don't want the government to come and take me out. Then we gotta ask ourselves this question. Where are all these guns coming from in Chicago? Why is it that every little homie, little thug, little brother, little cousin, little sister, even the mamas and grandma, even the grandmas is packing in Chirac, Chicago. Even they packing. So we need to ask ourselves, where's these guns coming from? We gotta stop it at the root. If we don't want this tree to grow no more, and it's causing problems for your plumbing, it's causing problems for your house to keep backing up, and its roots just keep damaging your house, these roots or these stems keep messing up your rooftop, guess what? They cut it off and they had a stump there, but those roots still growing, so then they dig up the stump to get the roots. So let's tie this into Kenneka. How of course she didn't die with no guns, but it builds the comfortability of a young person to know that if my city, if my police officers who's supposed to serve and to protect me is slacking, then that sends a signal, that sends something, a signal to these young kids, say, hey, if that person didn't get caught, and all 30 of those motherfuckers didn't get caught, and all 30 of these people didn't caught, and grandma and their granddad over there didn't get caught, and the little brothers over here didn't get caught, and the sisters over here didn't get caught, shit, I might as well pick up the gun and go shoot somebody too, because I ain't gonna get caught, plus I got a silencer. You gotta understand that it starts with the people that's supposed to take care of us and protect us, like our mom and our dad. If mom and dad is not doing an awesome job or protecting their children in ways of raising them in a good, loving, caring home, then it could spill over to the kids. And we don't want that for Chicago children growing up. We got to understand and rear our kids in a healthy, loving way. Chirac, please, if y'all hear me, stand up. And I'm not trying to clickbait and keep talking about Chicago and miss the conversation about Kenneka. This conversation is too good right now. Now, let's talk again about Kenneka's mother. She had power in the hood to bring peace. The last time that Teresa had a party, the first thing she said, absolutely no violence should be had, and on my watch, nothing should happen on my watch. This is going to be a peaceful party. Now, everybody knows that Teresa is known to have many block parties. She had many of them before Kenneka had passed away. And every time, you never heard of anybody getting shot, killed, murdered at these parties. You never once heard anyone talk about any death when Kenneka's mother brought these parties up. Now, that says to the government, or to, not the government, but to the local police, hey, you know, every time she throw these parties, you know, she have everybody in interest of what we got or who we want, you know, but there's no bloodshed and there's no people beefing. She always calls the peace treaty again with the GDs and the BDs. You know what I'm saying? They're never beefing when she's around. So we need to stir some stuff up. The son is in jail. Let's send a signal and let's take out Kenneka. Or there was just some irresponsible friends who left her behind. Oh, smack. Did we start talking about what I'm talking about in the title, Left Behind? Now, how did Kenneka get left behind? Who left her behind? Why did they leave her behind? Most definitely, Teresa did not leave her daughter behind. Her mother loved Teresa. Her mother loved Kenneka. She loved all her daughters. She loved her sons. That talks about Momo. Should we say Killer Mo? That talk about Irene. Should we call it Killerine? Should we talk about Maya? Should we talk about Brianna, whatever her name is? Brianna. Should we call it Brianna? Killer Kel? Something. But these people left her behind. The time that you needed to stay, the time that she needed you the most. I can only imagine. Close your eyes right now as you're listening to me. Close your eyes if you can. I don't want you to get in no car accident. If you're listening to me on your TV screen, if you're listening to me on your radio, close your eyes right now and just picture. And this is what we need to do to wake up, to stand up for Kenneka. Close your eyes and picture your daughter in that situation. Close your eyes and picture your daughter fighting for her life. Whether she was in the freezer by herself or whether somebody locked her in there, fighting to get out that door. Fighting to get her killers and the rapers off of her. Fighting to get them away from her. Do you see it? Do you see it? This is deep. This is deep. Why did they leave her behind? Was it supposed to be a joke? Was it carelessness? Was it that I don't care because I'm jealous of you because your mama always got buku money because she do what she do to do ends meet for her daughter? She does what she had to do for her kids. And I'm jealous because she got the new clothes and I gotta go set somebody up to go set a dude up to go, and I'm a female, I gotta set a dude up, just to get some nice clothes and things. But Kenneka don't. She thinks she's all good. So let's set her up. Let's get her set up with a rape. Teach her a lesson. Irene knew what was going on. Hey, Bree Bree. Yeah, Bree Bree. What's up, Bree Bree? You can honestly say maybe Bree Bree wasn't there at that time. But was she talking to Bree Bree while she was leading the other dudes to, while Bree Bree was leading the other dudes to where Kenneka was? Mind you, there was 3 females that's supposed to help her out that room. Right next to the elevator. So you got to ask your question. Ask the question. If they was trying to help Kenneka, out of the room, where was they trying to help her to? And that's the most important question. Truth may scare you. The truth may scare you. The truth may scare you. You got to ask yourself the most important question. Where was they heading? Where was they helping her to? Now, as they found out that they left the keys and Kenneka's cell phone behind, you got to ask yourself a most important question. Did they really leave it behind? Because I ain't leaving no goddamn keys behind. I ain't leaving myself. Everybody got when you go walk into a hospital, go into a hospital waiting room. Go to the hospital waiting room and just walk in and turn on your camera challenge. This is a challenge for everybody. Put it on your YouTube. Put it on your Facebook. I can guarantee you everybody's going to be like this. If this is a cell phone, they're like this. Everybody. Go to a bus. Get on a public bus. If you ain't been on a public bus lately or never been on a public bus, get on a public bus. Get on that thing. And because I just recently lost my car, I got on a public bus and I'm like, whoa, it's quiet on this thing. And it was so quiet, it was eerie. It was just like, oh, shit. But everybody was looking at their phone. I say that to say this, that I don't think they left any phone or keys or anything behind. I think when you seen those 3 girls, Monifa and the other 2 girls, or whoever when they was leaving the hotel, you seen them, and one put their head down as they was walking out. They led that girl onto the elevator and said, hey, push that button right there. And that button opened up the other door to the kitchen, and that's how she was led into the kitchen with other people's waiting, possibly the security guard. Because, mind you, we never seen nobody else walk in that kitchen. Hence that the security guard, and this is your killer. I'm about to give you your killer right now. So if the security was in on it, and I'm going to do a 3-minute video on this one too, so that's coming too. And I just want you, and food for thought. I'm going to put it food for thought for Kenneka. And I'm going to drop it right after this one. If security was in on it, because mind you, security went upstairs to say, hey, everything all right? They wasn't going up there to check them and say, hey, you was too loud, because they always threw parties in there. That's why those kids was comfortable to throw a big ass party with 2 conjoining rooms with probably a 3rd or 4th room, right? For the sex room. Lies, sex, murder. Now, you got the 3 females supposedly helping her out. But before that happens, security go upstairs, and here's the murder, here's the setup, watch and listen, here's the setup, and watch them to listen. You got security going up there and say, hey, it's ready to go down. What is security telling the people in there that is ready to go down? Hey, we turned off certain cameras, and you got to lead her, and oh, she's drunk, oh, she's too high, yeah, okay, that's fine, that's even better. You got to lead her down certain hallways so you won't be caught on camera. And then as she's walking, we're going to flip on camera so we can see her going and not coming. And we won't see nobody coming or going, but we will see Kenneka going. So you have the security walking up to the room, not checking them or telling them that, hey, you're too loud. You don't have that. You have them going up there and say, hey, it's ready to go down. Let's get it done. So they opened up that, they said, hey, Kenneka, come on. That's why you got to understand, if you throwing a party and you know that you don't supposed to be throwing no party, why would you, and security is saying, hey, y'all got to keep it low or keep it, and because this is a 5-star hotel, we don't want to get in trouble. Why in the fuck would they put them next to the elevator? Unless it was a fucking setup. You know they ain't gonna put them next to no goddamn elevator. They gonna put them somewhere on the 35th, 33rd floor, on the 13th floor, on the floor that don't exist. They gonna put them somewhere on some floor to where it doesn't, like, where they're so off in the corner to where they ain't gotta worry about no one getting in trouble far as with the management or the owner. But since they were so comfortable or so sure about what they was doing, they said, look, we got to make this smooth as possible. I can't have her walking up this hallway. Excuse me. We can't have her walking up this hallway. Excuse me. We can't have her walking up long ways up this hallway on this floor. So we're going to put you right next to the elevator. And they put her next to the elevator. They put the room next to the elevator. We checked y'all into the room next to the elevator. Get on that elevator. No cameras is on. Push the button. Send her that way. No cameras are on. Y'all get a clean escape. And to somebody's security is going to be in there waiting. He was in there waiting. They was in there waiting on Kenneka to come back that way. That's why you didn't see security go back there. That's why security has so much footage, has so much doctoring of footage. That's deep. So now the security guard can make his clean getaway off camera. So now the security guard raped, murdered, or someone in security, or had some other thugs there waiting without being on camera because they can shut it off and shut it on. Hence the gap in time. I guess I'm looking at the time that I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at 29 minutes and 33 seconds, 29 minutes and 35 seconds, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the time as it goes, and there's no gap in my time. It's a straight, even flow of 29 minutes and 49 seconds and counting. So why is there gaps in the times of the security tapes? So if somebody took this recording right here, as I'm looking at 30 minutes and 3 seconds and counting, it's supposed to be an even flow of those numbers that I'm looking at. No gaps, no in-betweens, no pauses, no skips, no glitches, no nothing. But yet, there is in the security footage. Hence that somebody had control of the security footage. Man, y'all ain't feeling me. Y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all ain't hearing me. Hear me out on this one. I hope this one go viral because this is some deep shit. I'm going to post this twice. This is some deep stuff. This is some deep stuff. So now that they are ready, the security went upstairs and say, hey, no cameras on these certain floors. You got to go a certain way. Security's already waiting. Oh, my homie is, this is not calling security. My homie's over there waiting. Plus some more people. She gets led down there. Because if you see her, she looks like somebody's called her. She pop up and, hey, what's going on? People pushing her. You know, I ain't calling them shadow peoples. I'm calling them real motherfucking peoples. I ain't saying that they was edited out, but I'm saying they was really, really, really fucking there, and they edited them out. I'm telling you, this is a real life situation. This is a possible scenario that nobody ever embarked on. And I'm going to tell this story in a 3-minute manner too. After this one, I got to tell this one too. We got to stand up for our children. We got to enlighten our children. We got to enlighten our children on how to communicate with each other, on how to love each other, on how to just treat each other. We got to start treating our wives better. We got to start treating our boyfriends better. We got to start treating our girlfriends better. We got to start treating our husbands better. We got to start treating our cousins, our aunties, our uncles, our mothers, our fathers, our daughters, our sisters, our sons, everybody. We got to start treating each other better. Chirac, we understand, and we know what you're going through, Chirac. We understand. Police, you got to do a better job in policing, and we got to understand why they're not policing them in a better way, because it leads to tragedies, and it's like we already know, like it's already easy to kill in Chicago, but it's really not. I can't say it is because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. You know what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying, I'm not the best person to articulate my words. I apologize if I'm not doing the best job. You know what I'm saying? But I want y'all to know that I really love what I do. And I really love Kenneka. And I really love Teresa. Because I really don't want this to happen to no one else. I don't want this to happen to no one else. It's your boy. I gotta get off this thing. I gotta get off I gotta get off. You know, I'm choking up. I gotta get off. If you're new to my channel, man, subscribe. And if you're not new and you've been here, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get instant access to Just 33 King Production. It's your boy. Just 33 King Production. Holla at your boy.